Hill, Professor Law, Mr. SIDORKO, and all of my guests, good afternoon. I'm Michelle, and it's my pleasure on behalf of Center for Information Technology in Education from the Faculty of Education to welcome you all today. We are delighted to have you with us to participate and share in our Research Symposium 2019. Thank you for coming. May I now invite our Director of Center for Information Technology in Education of our university, Dr. Timothy Hill, to give us a welcoming speech. Dr. Hill, please.
A very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Dr. Timothy Hill. I'm currently in the Division of Information Technology Studies at the Faculty of Education at HKU. So I welcome most of you, and I welcome my colleague, Professor Nancy Law, and Mr. Peter SIDORKO, who is the head of this place that you are sitting. He's willingly given us his consent that we can use his library. We welcome you for this year's CITE, CITERS. Just a little bit background of CITERS, okay? CITE, Research Symposium, the short form, we call it CITERS. CITERS was first on this paper, okay? First, this symposium was first started in 2002. So how many years ago? 17 years ago. So the main purpose is to allow us, our own students, our own faculty members, as well as the local stakeholders here, including teachers, principals, we share good knowledge about research, particularly related to the use of information technology here in Hong Kong or beyond. Right? It provides a platform for the presentation and sharing of outcomes of research and development work conducted by practitioners, like I said just now, teachers or researchers, to advance our knowledge and understanding of many issues related to technology-supported learning and teaching. This year, I want to thank some of the people who has been involved in this whole CITERS, because without them, this thing cannot be, you won't be sitting here and you won't have this presentation. Okay, of course, thank my co-deputy director, Nancy Law, and also my colleague, Dr. Alan Yin. Okay, both have actually given us valuable inputs about this presentation, and we have Peter SIDORKO to thank too. We also want to thank Dr. Hu Xiao, my colleague, and Dr. Frank Reckert, who helped us to actually review the papers that we received. And this year, I'm pleased to say that our CITERS is co-organized by TELI, the Technology Enhanced Learning Initiative, also at HKU, and of course our library, and also Hong Kong Ed City. And we are currently sponsored by Steelcase in Education. The title of this year's symposium overview is Learning Design and Learning Environment Innovation Interactions. So this is the main theme, and out of this main theme, we have 4 important sub-themes. First is learning design and learning analytics. We have computational thinking and STEAM, okay, not STEM, but STEAM, including an A for arts. We have learning environment and design, because this is a library. We want to talk about learning spaces, how learning design spaces can actually influence our learning. And Generation Z, learners and learning. I'm also pleased to say that this year we have quite a number of submissions, and we have in total about 10 poster session and demonstration this morning. I believe some of you have visited our poster session. One of the highlights, as informed to me by one of my students here, is the methods for training and AI for higher education using chatbot by our own Faculty of Medicine. CITERS have is usually run for 1 full day and another half day tomorrow. So all in all, we will have in total 20 parallel session papers as well as workshops and demonstrations. So I believe that there is something for each of us here, right? And so I really encourage you to spend all today and also tomorrow afternoon. Morning, until morning, to come and actually listen to the interesting presentations and the workshop that we have here. So, without further ado, I would like to actually introduce Mr. Peter SIDORKO, which I said is the current head of this whole library. Okay, he will come and give us a brief introduction about this whole place that we are in. Mr. SIDORKO, please.
The library has a long-standing relationship with CITE, and a very, very positive one. I think we've been co-sponsoring the CITERS symposium. I don't know how long, 10 years maybe, maybe even a bit longer. But and that was even at the behest of my predecessor. So we're particularly pleased that this year we can actually not just co-sponsor it, but host it here within the walls of the library, the main library. We did actually host it 1 year previously, in I think it was 2013. And CITE, they've got a keen eye for things, you see, because in 2012 we did finish a major renovation on our 3rd floor, which we called level 3. And just like we finished this renovation in February this year, again, this is the second time that we are physically hosting it within the 4 walls of the main library. So this year, yes, we call this space, this 2nd floor space, Ingenia, which derives ingenious and has connotation of innovation and other things. But just to give you a brief introduction, there are essentially 3 sections to Ingenium. The first section is this part that we're in, plus that part out there. And we call that the Library Innovation Centre. So this is the digital interactive lab, which is not normally set up this way, but set up with whiteboard tables, 10 whiteboard tables, that actually interact with this screen. So each table will represent one screen, so students or people in a workshop can be writing on that whiteboard table, and it will appear on the screen. And then the lecturer could have one of the 12 screens as well, and making comments or doing other things. Also a part of the Library Innovation Centre is our Media Services section, and in there we have a one-button studio, so if you're inspired by Michael's talk this morning, you can go in there and rip something out just when you have some time today or tomorrow morning. And there are 2 editing rooms attached to the studio as well. And there are other technologies there. There is 3D printer, lower level and higher level ones. There's a 3D scanner. There's a laser printer, not a laser printer, a laser cutter, I should say. Laser cutter, what else is in there? A vinyl cutter, sorry, that's what I meant to say. So that's the Library Innovation Centre. We also have event space, so behind me, where you registered, you will see that there's a small exhibition there of photographs from the Form Asia publisher, and as well there's a large screen that's showing more of Frank Fischbeck's photographs. That also interacts with this room over here. The thing that's really great about this is this can all open up. All of these are removable. The whiteboards here, these glass ones, and those ones there, so that it becomes this lovely flowing space. And I won't go into glowing detail as to how that is meant to work, but architecturally there's a theme to it. So there's the exhibition area, and then we often have talks in there, like book talks. So often you can have the talk relate to the exhibition. So it's an event and exhibition space. And then we have tech at Ingenium. Tech at Ingenium has some other technologies. There are concept and creation rooms for students to brainstorm effectively, and then to go and use some of the higher end technologies for artificial intelligence and virtual reality. So that they are out just in the other section. Of course, all of these spaces, when not being used for functions like these, are used for student work, student study. It's group study or student study. You can see the furniture is all movable, and it becomes a very nice environment. So let me just say a few formal words. It's highly fitting that this symposium's theme is, and I'll read it because I can't remember it, learning design and learning environment, innovation and interactions. And we did talk about this theme, and we did feel that this space was really lending to the theme. And our vision for this space was to foster that kind of response, interaction and innovation, or innovation and interactions. And through the variety of uses, we aim to create a sense of community. So we're very much at the theme of community for this space, and the community where innovations can inspire interactions, and interactions can inspire innovations. So I hope you have an enjoyable and rewarding symposium. Thanks very much.